Good morning. It is day 56 of the Mississippi River Trail, where I, as a single mom, am paddling the Mississippi River from Minnesota all the way down to Louisiana with 7 of my 15 kids.
We're a family of 15 kids. One mom and Smokey Bear.
And the 7 youngest of us are paddling the whole Mississippi River.
This is chaos made fun.
Come follow our adventure.
Look at that. That would be camp. Today, we had thunderstorms last night. It's been a while since we have had rain, and it was very much welcome. We love thunderstorms. Not exactly when we're in the boat, but we love them when we're in the tent. And it was thunderstorming last night, lots of it. So we slept good, but it did bring with it cold weather. So this morning is chilly. Very chilly. We are looking to push miles today to make up for all of the fun in the museums we had. We desperately need to start making miles, and while we did jump some in order to allow for the educational aspect in the museums, mileage is still a priority when we're in between the larger cities with all the educational opportunities. So we will be pushing miles today. We're getting a little bit of a later start due to just kind of letting it warm up and the sun come out a little. There's not much sun promised for today, but there's a little bit, maybe. Little bit of sun way back there, little bit of sun. So we'll be going down to the boat ramp here in a minute to put in, and we will start our day. It looks a lot like Lock 17, and a few smaller towns we'll be paddling through. Not sure which ones or what's coming up, but anyway, hopefully we will do a larger mileage day. Fair winds, not really any winds at all, and we should be good. Lock 17, and we're getting close to Burlington. I think we'll be coming up into Burlington here within the next few days, not sure. So looking forward to that and seeing what Burlington has to offer. I think a couple of people have reached out there as well, so it should be fun to see who we can meet along the way. Anyway, we're doing good, packing up camp. It is a beautiful day, so let's go paddle. As we wait to get loaded, I will address a few things too, because it's just interesting, and I think people that are not familiar to our story would actually like to know, because many are just now joining our adventure. So for the fear that goes along with all of the news that has been out there, wing dams, eddies, whirlpools, all the things of the Mississippi. Yes, it will change south of St. Louis. We'll assess when we get down there, but we know it's coming up. However, on the note of wing dams, eddies, and whirlpools, we are doing those daily. Just so y'all know, the wing dams, the water is very, very low. When water is low, they actually get worse and not better. Who knew? So a wing dam, for those who are new to the Mississippi River, are things that are built to keep the channel deep. They dredge the channel, but the wing dams are systems that are in place that have been built underwater usually, that funnel the water out towards the channel so it picks up the current, which currently is not working right now. They are like underwater walls that are every so often, and as the water gets lower, it exposes the tops of these walls. It also creates more disturbance in the water because the water is lower, so these wing dams and the tops of them are closer to the surface. We cross these daily, and in fact many days are out of the channel and not in the channel. So when we are out of the channel, we are consistently floating, paddling over the wing dams. I have mentioned this in some of the previous episodes where you can see the disturbance in the water. This is a non-issue. It just really is. Do we attempt to swim right there? No, we do not. We do not swim. There's some common sense to this. But yes, we do go over them in our boats. There are whirlpools. Yes, they do occur because of the disturbance of the water, and something underneath will create just the way science works in water and all of those things. Yes, whirlpools occur, and they do occur in the water, and we see them and we go around them. We are not swimming in the whirlpools. We are not tossing kids out in the whirlpools, nor are we attempting death with the whirlpools or fate, or just see what may be in store. We see the whirlpools and we just paddle around them, and we do not go into the Bermuda Triangle of the whirlpool. And I will see if I can get some of these on videos. To me, they were just things the river does. We knew about them when we set out, but I did not think they were such an issue of fear for all the people that seem to believe the legends of the Mississippi. Yes, they can be dangerous. They absolutely can be dangerous, but we are not swimming where the whirlpools are, nor are we swimming around wing dams. So as long as you are in a boat, you are paddling, you are a good, strong paddler, which we all are, we really have no issue. So the eddies are the same thing. They're all in that same line of thinking. Eddies, whirlpools, wing dams. So yes, we are already doing these things daily. They will pick up. Once we get past St. Louis, the water gets bigger, the current gets stronger. But we are familiar with this, and it is nothing that we are not already doing. So I'll try to get some on film today as we paddle, since they are such a topic of conversation among comments, and show you exactly what it is we're doing. But with the water level being so low, it means these issues are worse and not better, and we manage them daily. But all the things that Mississippi has to offer, and once we get to St. Louis, we'll assess down there, see what it does, and make our decisions from there.
Smokey's tip of the day. Smokey's tip of the day.
Hello. I addressed some of the fears on the river, the whirlpools, the jetties, the wing dams, and things like that. I come around to the commercial traffic, and the pleasure boaters are really, in my opinion, the most dangerous. Today, I would like to discuss some other dangers that I want people to understand. If you come out here in the wild, there's a couple of things that you really have to take into consideration. You see this river? We're on a river. Okay, it rained a little bit last night. It's not going to make a big difference, but it could torrentially rain on up where we started, 700 miles up behind us. This river could possibly, if it rained really hard, it could raise 2, maybe 3 feet in a couple of hours. Now, because I'm an outdoors guy and I'm out here on this river and I understand water and I've spent a lot of time around it, I happen to know even if it torrentially rained right now, and I mean torrentially rained, the river is running so low, they would close the dams and they would keep as much water up there as they possibly could. Right now, they're actually talking about limiting the barges. Normally they run 9 foot deep, but they're talking about limiting them to 7 foot deep. The water is so low. So therefore, an actual flash flood is almost out of the question for us right now. But when you're out in the wild and you're around small creeks and stuff, these flash floods are real. So you want to watch out for the flash floods. Make sure you don't never set up too close to the river. Make sure your canoe's pulled up and tied off, because the water could raise at any time. So flash floods are a true danger out here. That's something that we take into consideration all the time. We watch for things like this. The other one that I want to discuss this morning, which is the same advice from the Appalachian Trail as it is on the Mississippi River. If you look, this is where we camp. You see all these trees? Look at all these trees. When you get ready to set up your camp, you want to take and look up. Look up at these trees. Take and look up there. Make sure there's no branches hanging over top of you. Make sure there's no dead trees that can fall on you. These are called deadfalls. Now, you may want to say it's called a deadfall because it's a dead limb that falls out of the tree. But if you're a man like me, then you don't call it a deadfall because it's a dead limb. You call it a deadfall because if you're under it, you're dead. I mean, these are dangerous. We had one close to us, a live tree. It broke. We put pictures up of it earlier. So these are a couple of things that you really, really always have to take into consideration. It doesn't really matter whether you're out here hiking with a backpack. It doesn't matter if you're out here with a canoe. It doesn't matter if you're out here on a motorcycle, in a truck. If you're camping outside, these are things that you want to take into consideration. So this morning, the main thing I want to say is everybody has a lot of fears. We appreciate the fears. Fear is a good thing in the wild, but I want to assure you that we take many, many, many safety measures out here to make sure that things are safe for us.
Once over, the little campground we stayed in last night. Looks good, looks good. I was here, everything looks good. Grisham Galax, and then they fish. That was here when we got here. I think that's probably a local fisherman stuff. We're not gonna bother with it. B and C were over here, and A. That is not ours, but we'll pick it up. And Smokey was over here. All looks good. All right, the fire is out. And we're good to go. Getting ready to go. Oh, that's gotta go to bed. Getting ready to go put in at the boat ramp, and all is well.
Get alerts when we release new episodes. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
The water Quad Cities area. Actually, we're outside of it a little by now. So last stop was Muscatine, and we are headed out. It was a lovely, lovely journey, Davenport, and all of the Quad Cities areas. It was an experience.
going that
all
way?
the museums. We are officially headed out. On to the next.
Going this way or that way?
All right, this is much closer to seeing Evie and Baxter and Odessa and all the older kids that want to come.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
But I'm super homesick.
Yes, I finally get to see.
I'm not actually homesick so much as I am just missing everybody. There's a difference.
No. Oh, yes. We get to see Odessa finally.
All right,
Oh, my back.
time to go do some paddling.
Okay, y'all, so this is a wing dam we're about to go over, and this is what people are saying that is so like scary, and this is what people are most afraid of. And sometimes we'll see whirlpools, and we'll just go around them and everything's all good. So this is a wing dam right now. So this disturbance in the water is a wing dam, and it's actually where it drops off. For y'all that don't know what a wing dam is, it's where it goes from like 10 feet and it drops off to like 20. So here, this is a wing dam we're going over. There ain't nothing to it, just a little bit of current. And there's another one up here. But here's another wing dam. And there's been ones that were way worse than this, and we just paddle over them. And these are just tiny ones. And look, if y'all can see that disturbance, that's a whirlpool. And we are currently going over a wing dam.
Approaching lock 17 for the day. We are approximately like halfway into our day, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe a little less than half. I'll have to figure out the miles. But anyway, lock 17, and it is beautiful. It is not a huge reservoir. We have a little bit of headwind, but it's not too much. Like, it's just a really, really good day to be on the water. It's pretty, it's not cold, and we get to go through another lock. So come join us. The people that are actually full of fear of the locks, y'all, this is so much fun. I highly recommend every person interested in our story to personally go through a lock if you can. Get in a canoe, get in a kayak. The Army Corps and lock operators have been nothing short of so much fun to work with. They talk to us, we hold on to the ropes. It's like really not a huge issue to go through a lock. They're really, really fun. It's an educational experience, and as long as you respect the lock operators, they respect you as well. So there we go on lock 17. Let's go do it. We reached.
Back. Yes, I have 4 canoes and would like to rendezvous going south.
Okay, we got a towboat coming northbound, and as soon as he clears, we'll take you guys down. It'll be about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
10-4.
Alrighty, so they have a towboat coming through, and I guess he's got a load with him, and they have to lock through, I guess, all the different sections. I'm not sure. So an hour and a half to 2 hour wait for lock 17. All right, so yeah, we're gonna head to the beach and figure out our day from here with a 2 hour wait. So let's go do some planning for the day. So this is what it looks like when you have a 2 hour wait to get through lock 17. So support vehicle driver happens to be kind of super sexy. We just spoke with a lock operator of some sort, maybe the lock master, not sure, and he was so freaking cool. But he opened the gates up for the van to get back here to us for the 2 hour wait, so that we can decide whether we want to throw them on the trailer to portage around or go to the other side of the river to portage around that way. So he said there is a spillway on the other side of the river, and we could choose which way we do it. But he said the easiest thing to do would be to throw them on the trailer and go to New Boston and put back in at the boat ramp in New Boston, because that is the nearest boat ramp. But he highly advises that rather than waiting on tug that's currently in the lock. Which, interesting fact, he called it a tug. Some people call them tows. And then barge aspect is whether he's whether he has a load or not. So anyway, we really got to get it figured out whether it's a tug or a tow. But anyway, whatever it is, it's in the lock, and he was advocating for us to throw him on the trailer and go to New Boston, or shoot across the river and go down the spillway. So these are the things the support vehicle does to get to our remote locations. Oh God. I think the unanimous decision is to go ahead and attempt to get the boat up this path and onto the trailer, and then move on to the city of New Boston and put in at the next boat ramp. Because if we put in below the lock, he said there are massive amounts of knee-deep mud. So if we go to the next boat ramp, we avoid the mud. But there are also massive amounts of knee-deep mud, probably waist-deep mud, to get the boats out. So we have a plan. You can see the flags of the boats right there. We're going to bring them around there and put them in right there on those rocks, and then stand on the rocks to pull them out and hopefully not go waist deep in mud. The other option is going across over here to a spillway that is located down that tiny little channel right there. And there is a spillway we could go over that is very, very low current right now because the water level is so low. And we could go over the spillway. But going over the spillway, we have to lift the boats up and over the top of it. Oh, I can kind of see it, I think. It's a concrete platform. We have to lift the boats up and over and take them down and put them back in. And then it goes below the lock. So anyway, we are going to attempt to get the boats up these rocks and in the mud. And if that does not work, we will take the spillway route. But hopefully this will help keep us on track with our mileage by just taking them to the New Boston boat ramp to make up for the loss of time waiting on the tug and trying to figure out what to do. So it's a time management issue depending on how long it takes to get them out. But either way, it's gonna take some time, whether we go this route or we go the spillway route. But older boys and Corey and Smokey are gonna work on that. Little kids and I are gonna go see if we can see the tug in the lock. So the gate's already open, but they didn't honk for it to come out. So I don't know, maybe they don't honk. For those of y'all unfamiliar with locks, and I really didn't get any of those down there because I really didn't think about it. But these signs right here, when you're in the water, tell you the distance of where you are to the actual lock. So that one said 400, this one said 300. They started at 1,000 way back there at the beginning of this levee. So 300, and then once you get down there, the signs are on the concrete wall as it leads up into it. So we actually paddled all the way up here and we're just chilling against this wall when we radioed in.
Go on the stern.
Then we paddled back down there to wait it out. But Corey happened to be in New Boston waiting for us because that was our next stop and was going to be a snack. So he just drives down and meets us at the different places we go.
Going up here?
Yeah, all in.
Well, we got work to do.
Up here.
Pull these two valves down. Go ahead and pull that one. Just, you don't have to hold them. Just pull them down and let go. That one. And take these two here, and you got to hold them down. Pull these up. Got to hold them down until these gates are all the way shut.
Oh,
Right, I'm gonna go eat lunch.
you got it. You know what to do now.
They'll speed up here in a second.
Oh, wow.
There it goes. Now it's staying in power.
Just keep them all the way back. Don't let them go.
The chair slips too much. I can't sit down.
You're doing that, Alex. Kind of cool, isn't it?
If you only pull one, will it only move one gate?
What's that?
If you only pull one, will it only pull one gate?
Yep.
Hold them down.
Yep, he's got her.
He is concentrating. He's scared to death to let go.
I got to shut the gates.
Yes, you did. That's
And I got to
impressive.
lower the water.
Mm-hmm.
Big Alex.
There it goes.
You just open them this time. Hang on a second, though. Until it gets all the way full. Because if we don't wait till it's all the way full, then these arms right here will twist. All right, you're gonna keep it all the way forward. All right, ready? Push them. Just hold them there. Hold them, hold them, hold them. Don't let go.
Hope you don't smile. Hope you lock in.
Yeah, leave her alone. Let her work. She's a working girl.
Walking in.
Look, Opie, look at what you're doing. Do you see the gates?
I'll be locked in, don't fly.
Almost there.
Wait for it.
You, come here, Pinky.
Oh, with the mouth gets a job.
You're staying right here. You're gonna count to 2 when you hit this button. 1, 2, okay? Okay, that one's open. This one's open. Okay, hit that button, hold it up for 2 seconds. Alright. That tells them they can throw their line. Come on out.
Update to today. So I had a pretty rough morning. I wasn't gonna whine and complain about it on here, but I am very homesick. The cold weather, the smells of fall, the rain make me homesick. I miss Baxter exponentially. For all the new followers on here, that is my dog. He has a 90-pound long-haired shepherd that is a year old, and I love my dog. I miss my older kids. I miss Odessa, my grandbaby, and it hit this morning. So I was feeling kind of down and tears were shed, and it was a rough morning. We went ahead and set out. We put in at the boat ramp, stayed at a campground so we're safe, benefits of a sport vehicle. Stayed at a campground knowing that we would not be interrupted in the middle of the night and told to relocate, and then put in at a boat ramp south of Muscatine, which is where we left off, and continued on to Lock 17. At Lock 17 we were told there would be a 2-hour wait. So there was a huge debate. The lock master, I think, I'm not sure what he was, but he was way cool, actually came out and let Corey through the gates so that the van could get to us where we were, and then it was a decision of whether we go over the spillway or we load the boats up and portage to the next boat ramp. Well, not portage, drive, shuttle to the next boat ramp, which would have been New Boston, because it was a 2-hour wait. So we decided that since the van was there and Corey had not gone to do laundry yet, that we would just load up on the van rather than cross the river and go onto the spillway. But during that time, the little kids and I went up to the lock, and that was so freaking cool. We just wanted to see if they had an observation deck. But Ray, Dave, and Jared were absolutely so much fun. That was such an unexpected twist of the day, and was a morale booster after the tears this morning, because yes, there were tears. But they not only let us in, they asked if we wanted to come inside, and so we went inside, and they let the little kids do the controls to the entire lock system and showed us around, answered questions, and we really just spent like 2 hours chilling with Dave and Jared. And Ray hung out for a little while, and then he had to go back in, or I'm not sure what he does, but he hung out for a little while. But then we watched the barge lock through and learned the difference between a tow and a tug. So there's that. But we watched the barge lock through, and to top it all off, the captain of the Show Me State came out. We heard him on the radio talking to the lock, but he knows exactly who we are, watches YouTube and all of our episodes, and knew that the kids love the horn. So Galax had been begging and begging for him to honk, but I told him not to bother him while he was working or get on the radio while he was walking through. But he came out. He not only honked for us, but he came out and waved. So, and discussed how he knew our story, what we're out here doing, all of that. He knew that we had hiked to the AT. So very, very cool. And it kind of makes it feel like a community. Like everybody knows everybody. And he said that he's having all the other ships, the other captains, watch out for us. Word is out. So just basically people advocating for us, telling our story while we're out here. It's just so cool. It feels so kind of homey. It feels like a family out here. And I know we only spent 2 hours with those dudes, but it feels like family. And when you're this far away from it, to have a captain know who you are and know what the kids like speaks to the heart. To have Ray and Dave and Jared just welcome us in like they did and get to spend 2 hours with them just chilling. We just talked about it. We learned a lot. We talked about stuff. The kids got to do the controls in the lock, open the gate, shut the gates, honk the horn. It says a lot. Like, it means a lot. Until you're really out here doing it, you don't really know how it feels. And it's not a feeling of isolation by any means, because we've been welcomed by so many, but it's when you leave the relationships that you've established along the way that it starts to feel lonely, and you get back out here on the water. So huge morale booster, and a huge thank you to Ray and Dave and Jared and the captain of the Show Me State. And if the captain happens to be watching this episode, feel free to say who you are, your name, and we'll just give you a shout out, because you are so kind and so much fun. But what do you say to all of them today?
Thank you.
So we actually ended up spending so much time there that all the guys there recommended we just shuttle, since all the boats had been loaded by that point, to Portage around, that we just shuttle around. Portage is where you walk your boat. We did not walk our boat, nor did we go over the spillway. That we just come on down to the Keithsburg Campground, which is where we currently are, and put back in here. So rather than going to New Boston, they recommended coming down to Keithsburg, and there's campground on a banging beach. We have showers. I get a shower out of this too, so very cool. But hot water, hot showers, and they're clean, already been in there. And this lovely, lovely beach. So it was a rough start to a day. The thunderstorms, I love thunderstorms, and they make me miss home. So rough start to the day, ended up being a really, really crazy cool day. So very, very fun. And we're here for the night, and I get to take a shower. Oh!
I forgot to grab the magnet. I'm trying to get this lure.
You certainly found a ride.
Yes, I have. What are we doing over here? Chilling.
You catching anything?
I'm waiting.
I can tell how hard you're trying to catch.
It ain't me, it's a catfish. You gotta tell them that.
The town of Keithsburg has been so cool. And I can't go on enough about Lock 17. I think Lock 4 and Lock 17 are absolutely my favorite yet. Lock 4 had the log tour and Missy and that whole crew that was absolutely so much fun, and memories that we're just still gonna take with us forever. And Lock 17 was just as epic. We had Ray and Dave and Jared that absolutely made the whole thing. And to the lock master, or the man that came out and opened up the gate, you were just as amazing, and I did not catch her name. But Ray even came out here to the Keithsburg Riverside Campground and checked on us. And then we got word later from the camp host that our stay here has been paid for. So a huge thank you to the anonymous person that actually paid for our stay at the Keithsburg Riverside Campground. And y'all, this place is banging. Like, it's so cool. There's so much stuff, and we got hot showers. We have hot showers. So another plus, but I did not expect for our stay to be paid for. So a huge thank you to the anonymous person that did that. And to see Ray show up, I think when you're out here, just to see a familiar face, even if it was only familiar to that day, is comforting. It's like you've made some ties to the area and you have some friends. Also to the captain of the Show Me State, to just let us know that people are watching out for us and the captains are aware of our presence, is a huge comfort, because you hear the internet noise and you read the comments on all the fear mongering, but to actually be able to talk to the lock people that know we're fully capable, and to talk to the captains, it's like a whole community out here that I don't think the rest of the world understands when you're actually out here doing it. So it's very, very cool. But it was very good to see Ray, and to know we've met Chance and Jen. They give my kids a ride on their ATVs. They now have grandkids that are coming in, and all the kids are fixing to play together. So little neighborhood communities as we make our way south. But very, very cool. Thank you huge to the camp host. It's I think a town run campsite, a campground. Like, it's the town of Keithsburg. But this place is really, really cool. And we were actually gonna go to Oquaka. Yeah, Oquaka. I'm not gonna say Oquaka. So Oquaka. And that was our goal. And there's a state park there, but this place is actually way better, and it came highly recommended by the guys at the lock. So huge thank you to y'all for the recommendation. And it's a really lovely, lovely place right here on the river. We can either put in here, and I think that's the overall goal, or go down to Oquaka, where we had planned to end our day, and put in there. So not sure what we're gonna do, but the kids are having fun, they're fishing, and overall it's a very beautiful day with a lot of beautiful people that I am so grateful for, especially having started the day like I started it. Because I won't say it was a bad start, it was just a sad start. There's a difference. And sadness kind of pervades when you get so homesick, and I miss Baxter really bad, and I miss the kids. a lot. And if I talk about it, I'm gonna cry. So huge thank you to all the people that made today possible. Your impact goes a whole lot further than you know. So thank you.
Okay, so we're at a campground, and there's these people that are letting us play with their kids or grandkids or whatever it is. And they have a dog exactly like Ada. Look. Okay, so these are wild kids. Come here. Come here. Hey, Opie. What y'all doing? Playing a game? Hey, come here. Look, this one's looking exactly like Ada. Come here.
These are examples of what this area is just absolutely strewn with and what you can find. But these were along the shoreline and the riverbanks of where we are now, which is south of Muscatine. But these are actual pearl button shells. That is so cool. Do y'all have any idea how old those are? Like, this is indicative of a time and period in life where this was Muscatine's primary income and what sustained the town. But the fact that you can still find these are crazy. But somebody years and years and years and years ago punched that button and then punched that hole and then made that into a button and sewed it onto a card that went into a store. That is history right there that just lives on the riverbanks. That's absolutely amazing to me. Like, that is a piece of history right there. Buttons were made out of this very shell. That is so